guess this is goodbye, City of Mako. Kalm's still pretty far though, isn't it? Were you really walking the whole way?
Yep.
Weird. My stomach's in knots.
That's its way of telling you it's hungry. Let's move!
But even so, we're all gonna need to stop and rest.
Seeing as we've got the time, want to tell the rest of us about you and your buddy Sephiroth?
Sure. If Tifa doesn't mind.
Me? Yeah, no problem. It's cool.
It all started 5 years ago. I was 16 at the time. There was hardly any work for soldiers back then, and what little there was boring as hell. My heart wasn't in it. Then, out of nowhere, the job of a lifetime came up. A mission with Sephiroth. I couldn't believe my luck.
Nibelheim. That's where they built the first reactor.
The villagers tried to take care of the monsters themselves, but it was no good. Ended up calling Shinra. So the company sent help. Best they had. You okay?
Big day tomorrow. We'll be leaving bright and early. You should get some rest.
Didn't really notice at the time, but looking back, all the signs were there. From the moment we arrived, Sephiroth just wasn't himself. What are you doing?
These pods were built for the production of artificial materia. But Hojo repurposed them as incubators, cages for animals, infused with Mako. All to birth a new breed of monster. My mother's name was Genova. Could it be that I was created the same way?
He stayed holed up in the basement, reading and reading, like a man possessed. Maybe I could have saved the village. Or tried, at least.
Let's get you up.
Run away.
You have to leave. You have to live.
That night, 5 years ago, at the reactor, I saw you lying there. Saw your wound and all the blood. I figured it was too late.
Wait, what are you implying? That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter? Can't believe I'm having this conversation with you, but here we are. I thought we could just pick up where we left off, like nothing had changed. But I guess I was wrong. I was so happy to see you again, but maybe I shouldn't have been.
You two fight.
No.
We have enough problems as it is. Copy?
Night.
Tomorrow is another day.
Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We had an argument with Tifa last night, so we'll have to find her and make it up to her, as well as explore Kalm to the best of our abilities. Also, damn, over 2 hours for Chapter 1? If that isn't an indication of how long this game is compared to the previous one, then this chapter will certainly show it.
What's this?
A gift from our humble establishment. Though it may not look like much, it should help you to break the ice with those you meet.
Queen's blood?
Introduced to Queen's Blood already. This is a card game that will be prevalent throughout the entire game. Let's get into how it works. You don't need to do the tutorial, but we might as well show it. So, each player takes a turn placing a card on any of the 3 lanes, but you'll need pawns in order to place cards. Let's place this Gargantuan card in the middle. Right over here. So as you see with the card placed, its power is shown on your side of the lane. The power of a card is the number on its top right, and the card placed 2 more green pawns in front of it. Take note of the grid on the card when placing it. Okay, now we're going to place a Levrikon card. This demonstrates that you can place up to 3 pawns on a single space, and the amount of pawns determines what cards you can place. The required pawns are shown on the top left of the card. Now, we'll place the Riot Trooper card on the spot with 2 pawns. You can overlap an opponent's pawns with yours, potentially locking your opponent out of advancing. So now that red pawn right in front of the Riot Trooper is now green. This is telling you that you can determine who's currently winning a lane if the number on either side is lit up. Currently we only have an advantage in the top lane. Taking control of 2 lanes generally secures a victory. I'm going to take the opponent's pawn in the middle lane here. And cards with a red outline on the grid determine where its effects occur. If the outline is filled, that means it also adds a pawn to an empty space. The Crystalline Crab boosts the power of allied cards on the affected tile by 1, so I'll go ahead and boost the Wayward Wolf. And now we're going to put the Gargantuar squarely in the middle. This will make the opponent unable to make any more moves. With that, I'm going to boost my power on all lanes. Well, I was going to do that, but I'm already in the winning spot. Hold triangle to pass your turn. Only do this if you are winning and the opponent has passed already, because the opponent will take this as a forfeit otherwise and pass immediately. When both players pass their turn or all spaces are taken, the game ends. The lanes that are winning are the only ones that are counted, which is why winning 2 lanes almost always guarantees victory. And that's the gist. Much like how Fort Condor was an intermission of FF7 Remake, winning against an opponent means you get their card, which you can use in your own decks. If I were to give a general tip on the game, is that you should focus on expanding your play area with pawns, but also be mindful of the opponent so they won't just take over your pawns. Essentially, wait for the opponent to make a move first if there's a space between your pawns and the opponent's. Smart play on pawn placement while keeping the opponent from placing too many pawns is the key to winning all matches. Also, I want to make mention that if you don't like card games, this can be completely skippable. Aside from a couple rare instances, you do not get any equipment or experience from this. I'll mention those instances when they come up, and yes, I do mean completely skippable. However, it is a fun minigame, and you meet some fun characters along the way, so it's still worth doing in my eyes.
Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises. Multiple reactor bombings, followed by the fall of the Sector 7 plate, culminating in this unprecedented destruction, caused by a massive tornado which swept through Sectors 0, 1, and 2. After a briefing with Shinra investigators, Mayor Domino released a statement declaring the tornado to be, quote, weather warfare, perpetrated by the infamous insurgent group known as Avalanche. The administration also suspects the involvement of Wutai, and has begun investigations into the matter.
Wait a minute. That's... I have to check something. No, that's Midgar over there, and Shinra Tower doesn't look destroyed. What is going on? Maybe it's fake news spread by Shinra to try to get us captured? But why is it just like... This is the room where the girls slept in. Oh, nice outside view. I'm looking for something in particular. There wasn't anything in our room, so there must be something in this vacant room here. Aha! Got an ether here. Since we're here, I want to take a brief look at our item inventory now that we're out of the flashback sequence. We start with 5 potions, which each restore 350 HP. We have 3 ethers now, as well as 3 Phoenix Downs, which I already covered. And we have 5 cushions. These can be used at broken rest stop benches to allow you to restore all HP and MP. I'll mention when we come across them. Also, I don't recall this feature being in Remake, but you can now use restorative items when in this menu. So let's head down and talk to Broden, the hotel owner.
Good morning, sir. I must apologize for not introducing myself to you earlier. I'm Broden, the owner of this inn. Your companions have all stepped out. Oh, but Barrett left a message he wanted me to pass along to you. You missed roll call, soldier boy. Luckily, you're on leave for the day. Don't waste it, though. Get your equipment checked ASAP. Sound advice? Perhaps a trip to the arms dealer is in order?
Good idea.
By the way, Cloud, do you have any folios on you?
Yeah.
In that case, you might also want to pay a visit to Magnata Books. They have stores all over, but the first official one was built here in Kalm. And their resident scholars are remarkably talented. If you want to unlock the true potential of your folios, you should go see them. The first customization is always free.
Alright, so yeah, we'll have to group up and get ourselves prepared for the road ahead. We're going to start by finding everybody and talking to them.
Finally. Rough day yesterday, huh?
You've been waiting for me?
I've been waiting for a chance to thank you properly. Without your help, I'd still be in Hojo's clutches, trapped in that lab.
Was nothing.
Even so, I owe you a debt. Until it's paid, I'm going to accompany you. Oh, if you're getting your equipment checked, have them check mine while you're at it.
Sure thing. The Rook's got a backbone.
You saw the party EXP pop up. This involves an overall party level that's separate from individual character levels. Doing various things will give you party EXP to help increase the party level, and I'll get into what that does for you soon. Tifa! When you're stopped at a town or other place where the rest of the party is off doing their own thing, find them and talk to them. This is your chance to raise your affinity with them. Dialogue choices in these spots and other story segments affect how much affinity you gain, and I will show how much by showing the number of stars next to each choice. You won't be able to lose affinity with characters no matter what you do, so don't worry about that.
Morning.
Morning.
Everyone's kinda off doing their own thing.
I noticed.
Say, this tank remind you of anything?
Yeah. The place I made that promise to you.
You remember the dress I wore? It was one of my favorites.
The light blue one? With a bit of green in there?
Yeah.
I won't be going after all the best dialogue options, as there's someone I'm looking to raise my affinity with the highest for this playthrough, but I'll mostly be picking options I found the best or most appropriate. And I wanted to make it up to Tifa. Characters have an affinity system that can be easily checked by pressing L1 during these town situations. Hey, figured we'd see Burt at the tavern. What's up?
Of course. This is only the...
Look who it is. You up already?
Drinking already?
No, sir. Not gonna have a drop till 7th Heaven's back up and running.
First one will taste good.
Damn straight. Especially because I'll be having it with friends at a huge party.
Excellent. Can't wait to fix it all when all is said and done.
Investigations into the matter.
Got a chest here. A couple of antidotes. That's good. They cure poison, don't you know? Kalm is like slightly confusing on traversing it, but you'll get used to it. There's a marketplace here. There's a shop that we can check out. A shop.
Feel free to look around. What are you looking for today?
Hello.
Let's see what we've got. Hello, and welcome to my humble shop.
Let's see what you have. Got potions, phoenix downs, and cushions, as well as antidotes. Decent selection of materia, too. The new types that I haven't covered yet are Lightning, which provides electric spells that strike the enemy instantly upon casting. Chakra Materia, which heals HP proportional to how much damage you've taken. And Steel Materia, which grants you the option to try to steal an item from the enemy. Assess details should tell you what items can be stealable from the enemy, and the chance for a successful steal increases with each use. Steal materia can be leveled up to grant Mug, which is an action that has the character jump towards the enemy and deal damage while attempting to steal. A bit of a riskier move since it's like a close-up steal, but it's overall better. There's also some more precision defense focus materia, but I'd wait just a bit on that. They're also offering booster packs for Queen's Blood. I'll show what the cards in each pack do. I'm gonna go ahead and buy them. That leaves us with 1,000 gil. I'll get steel materia later, because unfortunately it's not as useful as it was in the previous game.
Thanks.
Especially not now.
Again soon.
Come on down and round.
Oh, Aerith is over here. Let's talk to her.
Aha, finally decided to get up?
Yeah. So what you been doing?
Why, waiting for you, of course.
You have?
Got business with the bookstore? If so, I won't keep you. But if you're free afterwards, wanna climb the clock tower together?
Sure. Let's.
For real? Awesome! Since it was my idea, I'll go get the tickets. I'll meet you in front of the tower, okay?
Okay. So let's check out this bookstore here. The innkeeper mentioned a Magnata Books.
Hey there! Welcome to Magnata Books. Oh, I take it this is your first visit to one of our stores. Well, customization can seem tricky to the uninitiated. It takes time and experience to get it right. But I think you'll pick it up quick enough. Let's give it a try.
So bookstores like this are places where you can fill out your folios, which are essentially skill trees for each character. You use SP for these. As you see, when selecting a character, the left number indicates how much available SP you have, compared to the right number, which is your current max SP, in case you want to reset a folio at any time. When in the folio, move the cursor to a skill you haven't unlocked yet. Orange are brand new abilities, blue are stat boosts, and purple are usually passive effects. We're going to unlock Firework Blade, a synergy ability between Cloud and Aerith. When it comes to unlocking synergy abilities and synergy skills, the first time you use these in battle will provide affection points towards the characters involved, assuming Cloud is one of those characters. Other character combos don't gain affinity. And finally, the party level determines how much of the folios are unlocked. We're at party level 1, so there's not much available.
And that's about all we can do for now. But we haven't even skimmed the surface, believe you me. There's much more to this than meets the eye. It may not seem like it yet, but you'll see.
I'm gonna go ahead and go back into the folios to describe what's available. So as I mentioned, on Cloud's folio, Firework Blade is done between Cloud and Aerith, and gives an added effect of increasing the limit break level for Cloud for the duration of the battle it's used in. Blue nodes are just stat upgrades, so I won't really delve into those, but Wind Current allows Cloud to use a free wind magic spell from his abilities. Same thing for Snow Flurry for ice spells. These can be assigned as quick abilities as well. Now, disregard what the game says about the added effects here for these elemental attacks, whether in the folio or in the description for the ability when selecting it, because neither one is accurate. What actually happens is that whenever you gain one of these free elemental abilities, the materia spell of the same element will now be given a modifier signified with the alpha symbol. What this does is that, when using this alpha modified skill, it summons a sprite of the same element around your character and remains for the rest of the battle. This sprite shoots a projectile of its element at the enemy whenever you block or perfect block certain enemy attacks, or when using ATB abilities. You can have only one of these sprites out at a time, so like if another character uses an alpha spell of a different element, a new sprite will replace the old one. That's how the added effect for these elemental attacks work, and in case you're wondering, the level of the spell used, like Fire, Fyra, or Fyraga as an example, does not affect the power of the sprite summoned. So with that out of the way, Ranged Blade is a synergy skill if you're teamed up with Barret or Red. It's a ranged attack that can even be used in midair. Remember that synergy skills are freely used by holding R1 and pressing the appropriate button, while synergy abilities are available after doing a certain amount of ATB abilities for both characters first. I'll talk about that in more detail once we get into some battles. Barret's folio has much of the same things. He's got Electric Impulse for lightning spells and Fiery Impulse for fire spells. Iron Defense is available as a synergy skill and can be done with any of our current party members. It allows him to take a strong defensive stance, very similar to how his guard was with a melee weapon in the first game. The available synergy ability is with Red and is United Refocus, which temporarily gives Barret and Red 3 ATB bars. They made it so that Refocus is no longer a limit break that is granted by a special materia. That's great. Tifa's folio at the moment has Fiery and Icy Impulse for spells, and Leaping Strikes that changes if teamed up with Cloud and Red or Barret and Aerith. Cloud and Red launch Tifa forward as a ranged attack, while Barret and Aerith launch her straight up. This is Tifa's way of getting into the air, which is a bit less convenient than the first game, but her aerial game is still on point once you get her up there. Especially since many of her abilities can now be used in the air, but that'll be for later. The synergy ability Synchro Cyclone is with Cloud, and has a bonus effect of temporarily granting unlimited MP for both characters. That sounds kinda OP. Aerith has Jetstream for wind spells, and Rolling Thunder for lightning spells. And a synergy skill called Bodyguard that is applicable with all other party members. They stand in front to take damage that Aerith would have normally taken as a defensive maneuver. This is heavily similar to a materia that did the same thing in the original game. I believe it was called Guard materia. The synergy ability, Divine Punishment, is with Tifa, and increases their limit break level. I didn't mention it before, but the limit break you use changes depending on the level, and everybody starts at level 1 at the start of every battle. I'll talk about everybody's limit breaks once we leave Kalm. And finally, for Red, he has Wildfire and Wind Current for spells, and Wild Charge as a synergy skill with everybody. He teams up with a partner to charge forward with several attacks while also guarding. That seems pretty good. The synergy ability, Overfang, is done with Barret and does a bonus of increasing their limit level. And that's about it until we increase our party level.
Thanks for stopping by.
Alright. Let's head over this way.
Oh my god.
Took a wrong turn. My boy and I had a big falling out.
Because there's another chest here. A headband! This is an accessory that makes the wearer immune to sleep status. Might as well go ahead and put it on somebody. Went ahead and put it on Tifa. It's good. The next character I'm finding is Red 13. He should be around the entrance to town.
Breathe in
Master advisory level is currently at critical.
I take it our equipment is in order.
What are you doing here anyway?
Standing watch. One can never be too careful with Shinra.
Good boy.
Someone has to be. Next time, it might even be you.
Sorry, Red. Force of habit treating you like a dog. Anyway, let's take a look at the weapon shop, which is our other destination. I believe we've talked to everybody. A note on being able to talk to everybody. They can be overlooked if you just, like, fast-track yourself over to the main story objectives. So they can be completely missable interactions.
Welcome. Damn, that is quite the weapon you got there, mister. Seen plenty of action by the look of it. But saying that, it's still only a shadow of what it could be. With a little love, that baby'll sing. If you like, I could show you.
So the weapon upgrading system has been simplified from the first game. It's now an automated process, but in turn, you can only select a certain amount of unlocked skills, aside from the regular stat boosts. You can see your weapon's progress in the Upgrade Weapons menu, such as unlocked weapon skills and what you'll get on the next weapon level. Speaking of weapon level, that's a party-wide system that affects all party members' weapons, and increases based on how much max SP you have. So the more SP you acquire, your weapons will not only level up, but you can unlock more folio nodes with them. At the moment, I can only equip one weapon skill, but more slots will be unlocked on further weapon levels. I hope I'm making sense here. Putting weapon ability damage. And just note that some weapons have multiple versions of a skill. Those can be stacked if you decide to want to use multiple versions of a skill.
See? What'd I tell you? That girl is singing, and she's got the voice of an angel. Just make sure you take proper care of her, alright? Oh, and while you're here, check out what we got to offer.
As for weapon shops themselves, they usually contain a general list of accessories, some current armor, and any weapons, mostly ones that you may have missed out on. Let's go ahead and take a look. Sleek Saber is new for Cloud, but is unfortunately too expensive at the moment. The armors are also too expensive for us right now, but I'll cover them anyway. Hunter's Bangle provides 18 defense and 8 magic defense with 2 slots, while Bone Bracelet swaps the stat upgrades. Power Wrist Guards boost strength by 5%, which ties to your attack power. Bulletproof Vest boosts vitality by 5%, which translates to physical defense. Earrings boost magic power by 5%, which translates to magic attack power. Talisman boosts spirit by 5%, which affects magic defense. And Revival Earrings auto-revives the wearer upon getting KO'd, but breaks afterwards.
You take care of that weapon now.
Finally, each weapon comes with its own ATB ability that, when mastered, can be used without needing to have that weapon equipped. I'll get deeper into all of that a little later. So with that done, I'll just go ahead and set the weapon skills I want to use for every character. If you're a little confused as to what all the numbers mean, the one to the very left with the meter surrounding it is the current weapon level. The SP count shows your current SP on the left, while the SP you need for the next weapon level is on the right. Finally, the number next to the page icon is how much SP you haven't used on your folios yet. Alright, when we're ready to leave, we just need to head to the clock tower. But we've got Queen's Blood players to take on already. If you want to skip the Queen's Blood section, I've got a timestamp on screen. So over here, we got Ned. Since we got those QB booster packs, we have access to at least one enfeeblement card. Those enfeeble enemy or ally cards on their affected squares by reducing their power. If a card's power is reduced to 0, it gets destroyed, leaving an empty space on the board. Some cards have effects that are only activated when destroyed as well, which can make for some interesting setups. Defeating Ned will give us a Crystalline Crab card to use freely. It was available in the tutorial, you saw me use it, but now we can fully use it in other matches. Also, at the start of a match, you're given a selection of cards to start with. If you don't like any, you can mulligan them later for later usage. This is especially useful for cards that require higher pawn counts. Overall, just remember the general tips for beating opponents. The beginning may be tough since you don't have much choices for cards. Nene and Cuddlesworth have a Cactuar card for beating her, which is a pretty great starting card. The affected red tile raises the power of any allied card on that space by 3. The final QB player in Kalm is Zahira. She has a Screamer card. High in price, low in power, but adds pawns on all immediate spaces around it.
Impossible.
Excellent! Everything we could do here has been done, so let's head to the clock tower and meet Aerith.
Cloud! Over here! Let's get started then, shall we?
What you looking for, Aerith?
I think Midgar's this away.
Should be, yeah.
Funny, isn't it? How small it looks?
It is far away.
So, did something happen between you and Tifa? Don't look so shocked. We're roommates, you know.
She say something?
Not about you two, no. Still, I can tell. I would have given anything to have a friend when I was growing up. Don't take her for granted.
Just
You know the drill! Slide these terrorists!
They're looking for us, aren't they?
Gotta be.
You know what? Figures they'd try to actively be looking for us. We need to get out of here. Good idea, Aerith.
isn't much time. We need to get back to the inn.
But
Don't worry about your friends. They're safe. Trust me. No violence, please. This town suffered enough.
come on.
Follow me.
Not here.
Well, we know
We'll take the
they're
back
in town.
now.
Hey, you. Seen anyone acting suspicious?
I haven't.
Oh, and any of you see someone?
I heard about the reactor bombings in Midgar. That was you, wasn't it? It's okay. I'm on your side. Got a contact at HQ.
You were with Avalanche?
Not exactly. Stop. I'll keep the troopers occupied. While we're talking, you two go up and over. May I ask what's going on?
We're searching for some fugitives.
Have you seen anyone suspicious?
Now that you mention it, I think I might have. Or perhaps it was just my imagination.
Oh, for the love of... Get out of here!
Wait. I know I saw some people who had a fugitive air about them. If only I could remember their faces.
Annoy someone else. Stop wasting our time.
They turned up yet? No, but we're still searching buildings. They'll search harder. We gotta find them.
That went well. The inn's not much further. But stay on your toes.
Where are they?
Down below, waiting for you. The tunnel in the basement will take you outside of town. Leave now, and they won't catch you. Head to the east. A friend of mine runs a farm out there. He'd be happy to help you. Also, take this. It's a transmuter. Converts raw materials into more practical items. A Republic antique, but it still works. You'll get more use out of it than me.
Why are you doing this? Could have just turned us in.
Yeah, I could have. But this town and I have a history with Shinra. Who knows? Maybe this will turn out to be the worst decision I've ever made. So before I change my mind, you better get going.
Seems like Kalm has a bad history. Those in the know can deduce why, but that information is locked behind a long-gone compilation entry. But anyway, item transmutation is another thing that we can do. Utilizing crafting materials we find from chests and exploration, we can use them to craft stuff like potions and other items, making it so we don't have to always use shops to stock up. The more new items you craft, the more crafting experience you get, which will increase your craftsmanship level and allow you to craft even more items. It's kind of a mouthful, but it's pretty straightforward. Give it a try. You can also add up to 10 recipes on a to-do list, which gives you special messages when you've gotten the items needed. Okay, let's head down.
You made it! All in one piece?
Sorry we're late!
For the love of... Where the hell have you two been?
On a date. Kind of.
What?
Well, that was the last one. At least till things calm down. Got that? Now, let's move.
Must feel weird for Barrett to be like, practically the only adult in the party. I mean, Red 13 is probably an adult, right? But he's just kind of like minding his own business, that's the thing.
Where to now?
Where there's a draft. This way.
Looks like a job for me.
Okay. You guys first, because there's something behind you that I want to grab. Ooh. 3 sprigs of laurel. Cool. Let's squeeze through here real quick. There's the door.
Just look at it all. It's so green. A living, breathing planet. Even after everything we've done to it, it's still going strong.
It may look that way, but in reality, it's barely hanging on.
Guess I still have a lot to learn.
What do you want to know?
For starters, how do we cross these plains?
Come on now, that's easy. The same way you get anywhere. Pick a direction and start walking. Left, go left, right.
I guess we won't be coming back anytime soon.
Guess not. Let's go.
And there it was! The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Yeah.
Of course we are. Right?
Follow me.
All right, let's get this show on the road, people.
And we've started our long journey. How exciting! Another feature we've got is switching party members on the fly. Press X to bring up your command menu and L1 or R1 to switch between 3 party loadouts. You can also do it in the main menu. and some map functionality. Blue markers are story objectives, purple ones are discovery markers, and you can place your own pins by pressing in the right stick. It already pinned a place we need to go to first, so that's our first destination. Right over here. Let's look at combat settings real quick. This is where you can not only set your L1 command shortcuts, but also edit party formations. First is party formations. Cloud will always be in the first slot. He cannot be removed under normal circumstances. But the other two slots can be changed. The first formation is Red 13 and Aerith, the second is Barret and Red 13, and the third is Aerith and Tifa. The remaining characters will be on the backline. Backline characters have some functionality as well, such as if the character can use ranged attacks, they can still damage the enemy, although very little. They can also hop in with an emergency synergy ability if the frontline party is in dire straits. Unfortunately, no way to switch to the backline party members in the middle of battle. As for the rest of this menu, we can set combat shortcuts again, but we're given more options. If characters have the ability to use aerial combat, they have an extra set of shortcuts that can be set when in midair, making Cloud and Tifa extra versatile for popping out commands non-stop. And you can also change the button commands for synergy skills. All it does is switch the set of buttons you want to use for offensive and defensive skills. Also, let's just take a quick look at the actual materia we have now that the flashback sequence is over. Go into inventory here. We've got one of each type of elemental materia, healing and poison. Nice selection. There's also Chakra, which restores a percentage of HP based on damage taken, Assess, and Prayer. Prayer is a party-wide healing ability that requires 2 ATB charges to use. There's also HP Up and, Precision Defense Focus. Nice, we already have one. That's about it for now. So, as we're going along to our destination, I'll start talking about character abilities as we get into enemy encounters, starting with Cloud. Also, if you just follow the dirt path that I'm going, you'll reach your destination in no time. Cloud's first ability is Braver, a single slash towards the ground. It has good power, but is even stronger if used when in midair, so keeping it as a midair shortcut is a good option.
So long.
Oh yeah, also materials can be found along the ground. Just tap the triangle button to collect them.
Should we be worried about those things?
We're fine.
How can you be so sure?
Because I've read the field guide. Like any good soldier.
Local wildlife will only attack while on the hunt or in defense of their territory. Fiends, on the other hand, attack without reason.
If they're attacking, what does it matter?
It matters if your nose can discern their intent before they attack, as I gather yours can't.
Alright, here we go. Next ability Cloud has is Focused Thrust. This is the Buster Sword's ability, and is a lunging attack that hits multiple times, and is a great way to increase the stagger meter. Focus on mastering this ability by repeated usage, so you can use it regardless of the weapon. You get a proficiency bonus if you manage to stagger an enemy with that. Speaking of staggering, if you manage a stagger in battle, equipped summons can awaken. When the meter on screen fully charges, you'll be able to use a summon. I won't get into their mechanics or which ones we have right now. Soon, though. Also, as tempting as it might be to actually explore right now, I would advise against it because with the way the game works, exploration and discovery is totally meaningless unless all that stuff is activated first. And also in another battle you will see the summon meter.
One step at a time.
This really is incredible to see, by the way. After the restricting area of Midgar, we can practically go anywhere we want to. I mean, within the confines of this region, of course. We can just climb the cliff here to get to our destination quicker. So I'm gonna do that instead of just, like, running along the hillside. I do recommend to collect as many materials as you can find, because that will definitely help you with item transmutation to get, like, better items and stuff. For free, I might add. Instead of having to use your gil. Also, a little behind the scenes, I'm talking so much right now I have to keep drinking tea.
It's important to make sure they've got plenty to eat.
You be the Avalanche, folks? It's okay, I'm on your side. Heard you be heading my way. You're safe here, but not for long. By the sound of it, Shinra's leaving no stone unturned. Might want to hole up at the old dock out by the swamp. I'd wager Shinra's forgotten it's even there.
Okay, now that we talked to him, we can take advantage of the rest stop here. Rest stops usually have blue benches to restore all your HP and MP, and several vending machines for convenience. Expect to rely on these machines a lot more than the actual shops and towns, which is a shame considering the amount of effort the devs put into designing them this time. I'll still be showing them off, though. But yes, vending machines can not only be used to buy items, armor, accessories, and materia sometimes at a discount, but there's also folio vending machines, so you can sort your folios out on the field. There's a cushion and hunter's bangle on sale here, so I'm gonna get those. Cushions are pretty useful items. Consider them similar to the tent item in the original game. I already mentioned it before, but cushions can be used on regular or broken down benches to give them the same functionality as the blue rest stop benches. Since we bought our first armor, we might as well take a look at our current equipment. Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith are all wearing a metal bracer, a single slot armor with 8 defense and 8 magic defense. Barret and Red 13 are both wearing a leather bangle, single slot armors with 14 defense and 7 magic defense. For accessories, Cloud starts with power wrist guards, Aerith has earrings, and you should have a headband equipped to somebody. I have it on Tifa. Alright, so let's start heading south. It's towards where the swamp land is. The final ability for Cloud, aside from the current folio stuff, is Triple Slash. Cloud zips towards an enemy while slashing 3 times, regardless of if they're in the air. The power of each slash subsequently gets more powerful if used against multiple enemies, which means try not to use it on single targets. Yeah, see, there's the summons thing. And you briefly saw the meter for the summon. Some enemies are harder than others, such as these Elphadunks. Use their elemental weaknesses in order to take them down more easily. They are weak to fire.
Time to drop. You're done.
This one's for you!
Get ready.
Go on!
No, it's now. Going in. Not bad.
There we go. I forgot to assess them, but these enemies that we're fighting will respawn, so don't worry about that.
Well, well. If it ain't my favorite group of hitchhikers.
Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Thanks again for the ride to Kalm.
Don't mention it. It's the least I could do for two such lovely young ladies. But I do believe I neglected to introduce myself. The name's Bill, and you can count on me for a lift anytime. Except today, that is. Afraid the old bute's pulled up lame. Sorry about that.
No biggie. We're enjoying the fresh air. Thanks, though.
You, know someplace we can hunker down?
Hunker down, you say? Oh? I'd almost forgotten what it was like to be young and in love. Y'all just head straight that away toward the swamplands. You'll find an abandoned building by the dock. I guarantee no one will bother you there. Swing by the ranch once you're done with whatever you got going on.
Bill, it's not what it looks like. Anyway. I will be dipping into some more fights up ahead, but... So that means I could move on to other characters' abilities, but I'm gonna wait on that, because there's a special point where we can practice individual characters soon. So I'm just, like, skipping the tutorial messages there.
Hang back. Burke, that's it. You're mine. Call me now. Keep it together.
You're up. Here goes. Get ready. Here. Looking for me? I think we'll almost keep up the pressure, okay?
Good news. I think I'm all warmed up.
I got your number. Take the lead.
Just give them hell.
Now. You're up. Deal with that.
All right. Watch and learn. Get your ass out of here. Back on the lift. You're up.
Nowhere. All never quit. No time to waste.
Let's finish this.
No wonder we won.
We're at the shack, and there's a purple chest. Those signify that new weapons are inside them, so... It's a sleek saber! Nice, so we didn't have to buy it. Let's go ahead and equip it because you should have Focus Thrust mastered by now. This weapon focuses on more offensive power and has an incredibly cool weapon ability, Firebolt Blade. Used on the ground or in the air, Cloud slashes multiple times, first with lightning slashes and then with fire. These count as elemental strikes just like spells, and you do get a proficiency bonus for exploiting elemental weaknesses with this. And I'll just hit ATB charge rate up for that.
No sign of Shinra.
Yeah.
Looks like an old Republic landing.
Could borrow a boat, make our way across. Then, head on through the mines and keep going till we hit Junon.
Sure. Why not?
You'd trust these rotting hulks?
I mean, we could.
Let's not.
Then maybe we swim it.
This swamp is home to the deadly Midgardsormr. Beware.
But even if you're slow, you can rent a Chocobo. We'll see you safely past being nothing if not fast.
So just give Bill the word, and he'll pick you out. A bird!
Well, can we rent some birds?
Can we?
Fine.
Sounds like a trip to Bill's ranch, then. How can you say no to those faces? Just follow this pathway, and you should pretty much reach the ranch in no time without any guidance. Showing off Firebolt Blade in action. Cloud is just so much fun to play.
Gotcha. That's it. It's over. Get ready. It's on you.
I'll take care of them.
Not enough.
No easy. That'll do! Someone looks kinda shaky.
These are the benches that I'm talking about that require cushions in order to use. They're a little worn down. A cushion can be used to make them function just the same as blue benches.
Go on!
You're dead.
It's over.
That'll do.
Keep it together.
Here goes!
Small wonder we won.
Ah, here we go, finally.
Pleasure to see you all again. And welcome to my humble ranch.
Managed to get your truck fixed?
Indeed I did. You must have been my lucky charms. She started up right after you left. Anywho, what can I do you for? You in the market for some fine feathered friends by any chance?
Are we ever? Need them to get through the swamplands.
Then you have come to the right place. Back in the day, we had Republic ferries to get us from A to B, but now they're nothing but driftwood, sadly. We got the next best thing, though, Chocobos. To them, a bottomless bog's no worse than a kiddie pool. Now, ladies, you're probably wondering, what gives these birds the power to glide across swamps with ease? Would you believe that their fluffy feathers give them the buoyancy to float, while their limber legs can outrun a motorboat? Not even the dreaded Midgardsormr, one of the fastest fiends around, can keep up with them.
Wow.
But you don't need convincing. You just need pointing to a hard-working chocobo. Nature's two-legged limousine.
So, can we rent some?
Sure can. My grandson Billy's in the stable over yonder. He'll help you out.
Before we talk to Billy, let's go to the rest stop here and check for discounts. We can get another cushion and get a steel materia for cheap. Nice, might as well equip that materia too. Alright, let's see what we got here.
Howdy!
Saw the sign. Need some chocobos to cross the swamp.
I'm sorry, Pops, but you're out of luck.
Pops?
Got no more birds. Last one went this morning.
Could've fooled me, kid.
These are spoken for. That or they're not fit for riding. But I can see you're in a bind, so I'll bump you up the list. For a price, of course.
Which is?
10 grand each.
The thing is, we don't have that kind of money. Or any, really.
Well, there is one other option. Only cost you $1,000. Is what a scoundrel might say. But I wouldn't dream of distressing y'all further. Just so happens one of our birds ran off the other day. Wild thing, but still a fine chocobo. If you can manage to find and catch him, then he's yours. Free of charge.
You sure?
Yeah, why not? Name's Pico. The hardest-headed bird you'll ever meet. By far. And he's the spitting image of Pops here. You can start by looking for his tracks. Find those, and you're sure to find the feet that made him. Now, wild chocobos can be a bit skittish around people. But if you play it cool and creep up real quiet-like, you'll wrangle them no problem.
I think we can do that. Thanks.
And one last thing. This info comes free of charge, provided you promise to stop by our shop. Speak to Chloe back there. She'll sell you whatever you need.
Kid's a born businessman.
If y'all can catch our runaway and get his butt back here, riding and rearing lessons are on me.
Thanks for the handout. I spent all the money on a card game anyway.
Sorry about my brother. All he thinks about is money. He's just doing his job. We understand. I suppose, but he's been a real pain about it ever since our parents left. Say, are you guys from Midgar? Yeah, the Undercity. Then do you happen to know Chocobo Sam? Not very well, but yeah, I guess we do. Where is he?
Probably the Sector 6 slums. He's a big deal in Walt.
Why do you ask? I was thinking about reaching out. It's his fault Mom and Dad are gone, so...
Chloe, that's none of these good folks' business.
But they could help.
Don't tell anyone what she told you. Sam's one of the biggest names in the business. If he gets wind of that story, our ranch is done for.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with us. I promise. Oh, take these greens. You can give them to Pico when you find him. They were always his favorite treat, you see. Maybe he'll come back once he's had a taste. Right. Should probably sell you stuff, huh? Billy will throw a fit if I don't at least try to get you to spend a few gil. No pressure, but if anything catches your eye. Also, if you have any golden plumes on you, I can exchange them for Chocobo gear. So be sure to hand them over if you do.
Alright, so a tack shop will have Chocobo gear for sale, which can be traded for golden plumes, and you can also buy some materials from them. So that's interesting. Not really some of the rare ones, like, man, a mithril ore would be really good here, but...
I hope Pico doesn't give you all too much trouble.
But yeah, we've got the greens for the Chocobo, so we just need to use that to find Pico and get him back over here.
All right, Pico. Where'd you run off to?
You mean Pico?
Let's try looking for some tracks.
Pico. Okay. There's the tracks right there. I went off in this direction.
Bingo.
Yeah! Come on, y'all. Let's go bag us a Chocobo.
Keep it down. When you're on the hunt, You don't want to startle your prey.
Prey? You know we're not here to kill him, right?
Yeah?
Okay, thankfully Pico wasn't far off. When catching a Chocobo, unlike the original game, it is a stealth minigame where you have to get to the target without getting spotted. Chocobo can also apparently not see you when you're in tall grass, no matter how dense it is. Okay, just squeeze by right here. You can also pick up rocks to use as distractions as well. Whenever a Chocobo is distracted, you'll be given a visual indicator of how long it'll be distracted, so take advantage of the opportunity.
Good bird.
Aw, isn't he just the cutest? You know, they are kind of similar.
Totally.
What does he want now?
Do you think maybe he's still hungry?
Sorry, that's all the food we had.
But you know where there's more? Bill's place.
Back to the ranch it is then.
Come on.
And there we go! As soon as we get back to the ranch, we'll have access to a Chocobo at any time for this region.
Nothing beats a little taste of home, now does it?
Not so much as a feather out of place. Got one healthy bird here.
Enough to ride?
Sure, though I wouldn't try till he's done eating. Once he's had his fill, though, I'm sure he'll come around to the idea, if we ask him nice. Ain't that right? I'll need to prep his gear and all that, so why don't you wait outside?
I guess we could wait a while for Pico to eat.
Hey, Cloud!
Hey there.
What a pleasant surprise! You do remember me, don't you? I knew you would. It was an absolute pleasure working with you in Midgar. Thank you again. Your invaluable intel allowed me to create so much materia. Detecting internal monologue. The hell's this weirdo doing here? I was created by Professor Hojo, you know. Though your thoughts could be read by any cyborg. But, to answer your question, I took a page out of your book and skipped town. Now, the whole world's my laboratory. Speaking of which, I have a favor to ask, if it's not too much trouble.
You need more battle intel.
That's the Cloud I know. always eager to get on with it. But yes, though, I'd like you to activate some Remna Wave towers first. They were originally constructed by the Republic of Junon, but were claimed by Shinra after the war. Since which time they've sat idle and untouched, just waiting for someone to put them to good use. The more towers you activate around the world, the more my processing power will grow. As will the area I can survey. I might even be able to construct a communications network independent of Shinra. How does that sound? You'd not only be helping me, but yourselves as well.
If we find any, we'll turn them on.
Wonderful. I thought you might say something like that. Let's get started then. See that tower? That's your first target. And this will activate it. As the tower is close by, allow me to accompany you.
The Chad module? Really? So yeah, Chadley's back, and unlike the last game, he's gonna be extremely prevalent in side content this time. You're likely gonna get tired of him.
Here we are.
Nice theme, though.
Activation confirmed. Initiating preliminary scan of the grasslands. I'll ascertain the locations of fiends and natural resources. After careful consideration, I have devised a new name for this type of research. I call it World Intel.
In short, Chadley's involved with a whole bunch of stuff you can find out in the field, such as unique fiend encounters and other kinds of resources. You'll get world intel points for doing so, which are traded for materia. He's also got a greatly expanded VR combat simulator, where each challenge offers materia and other rewards. I'll just ask him about the details.
I hope you'll assist me in gathering relevant data by completing various tasks on your travels. In return, I will use the information you provide to develop new materia, quid pro quo. To summarize, I want us to become research partners. But before that, is there anything you would like to ask? These communications towers were built by the Republic of Junon in order to further their understanding of the planet. They scan for all manner of signals, which in turn reveal myriad locations of interest, such as long-forgotten ruins and rare natural phenomena. Should you happen to stumble across a tower, please activate it. I must urge you to proceed with caution, though. Feral beasts often claim these installations as their territory. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel and the like? With each piece of world intel you collect, you will also provide me with the data I need to develop new materia. What I ultimately produce, however, is for you to decide. I look forward to finding out what we can create together. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel and the like? With a special pair of goggles, you can do battle in a virtual arena, regardless of your real-world location. That's the combat simulator. Or my combat simulator, as Shinra developed the stationary models first. And fret not, it will never be obsolete. I'll keep it up to date with intel from unique enemy encounters. I will also endeavor to implement all of the summons once I finish analyzing the myths and legends surrounding them, of course. In fact, after poring over stories from the Grasslands, I have finished implementing a new one, the towering colossus known as Titan. Engage him at your leisure. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel and the like? Which particular task would you like to learn about? While it is normal for creatures to adapt to their environment, Sometimes, these adaptations make them a threat. I would like you to track down and eliminate these creatures, and amass data on them in the process. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away. Simply put, Lifesprings are formed when the lifestream breaches the planet's surface. To Shinra, the volume of Mako that can be extracted from these springs is insignificant, certainly not worth the expense. But to us, they are a veritable font of knowledge. In order to tap these precious reserves, however, you will first need to find them. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away. In certain remote areas, fragments of planetary wisdom have coalesced into crystalline forms. Though the knowledge contained within them is vast and varied, one subject is of particular interest to me, that of summons. If you would analyze the crystals in my stead, thus extracting said knowledge from them, I can use it to enhance our materia. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away. Ah, yes, I was hoping you would ask. I detected some strange energy signals earlier. My current theory is that they emanate from the remnants of ancient artifacts. But until we investigate, there's simply no telling what the sources might be. And since we have yet to identify them, I have taken the liberty of naming these objects Protorelics. A rather endearing name, if I may say so. At any rate, I would be grateful if you could investigate said curiosities and ultimately recover them for study. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel? In that case, I see no reason not to begin at once. With your activation of this tower, my analysis of the grasslands has already yielded some data. Though hardly substantial, it is enough for me to create materia. Which of these would you like?
And I'm just gonna skip his materia thing right now.
I wish you all the best in the long journey that lies ahead of you. And remember, you're not in this alone. Should you require assistance, just ask.
And, yeah, the combat simulator, but yeah, I'm gonna get into that later. Anyway, I think we can go get our Chocobo now. We technically already got a head start on world intel by having to capture a Chocobo and then activate our first Remna Wave Tower, so that's why we already had world intel points to buy materia. But again, I'm gonna go into that later.
Hey, perfect timing. Pico's all prepped. But first, here, you just give that whistle a toot and your Chocobo will come a-running. So, who here's never been on Chocoback?
I haven't.
Why don't we take a few laps to get you comfortable then? Come with me.
Okay. Might as well.
Here's where we get our birds in shape for the races.
What races?
The gold saucers, I mean. They're a big deal in our community. Won't find a ranch around here that doesn't compete.
So you guys race too?
We've been sitting it out since Mom and Dad left. But we're gonna get back in the fight soon and kick the tar out of one particularly nasty weasel. But never you mind all that. You just focus on the basics, like making sure you don't get thrown from the saddle. Why don't you try hopping on Pico and giving me a holler?
We can now call our Chocobo at any time by pressing R1. Chocobos move pretty fast, and you can do many actions even while riding one.
Okay, but how's about we stretch his legs a bit?
So this is a small race to get used to how the Chocobo controls. Press R2 to dash, R2 again for an even faster run. Circle jumps or strafes as well. Or less strafe, more like, what is it, like drift? In this minigame, let's try to get a record time to earn some prizes. 40 seconds is a Crescent Moon Charm, 35 seconds is 5 Mist Seeds, and 31 seconds is 5 Beast Talons. The Crescent Moon Charm is an accessory best used on inactive party members. When they're not controlled, they'll take less damage. The other items are crafting materials. And there we go, first try.
That was something else. You and Pico are a perfect match. Might even have what it takes to win a race or two at the Gold Saucer.
We can't thank you enough, Billy.
Oh, that reminds me. Y'all mentioned your flat broke, right? Then you might want to swing by Kalm again. Now that the troopers have cleared out, it's probably safe for you to ask around for work. Though, don't run off just yet. My sister's looking for help. Not sure what the trouble is. Didn't want to confide in me for whatever reason. Honestly, she hasn't been herself since Mom left. They did dang near everything together.
You want to lend Chloe a hand?
We need to move on.
True, but moving on costs money. We had fun helping people in Sector 5, right? Same deal.
Side quests or odd jobs are available now, and we can have a quick look at what's available at Kalm's community board. And we can also now quick travel in between points of interest. But let's not do those quests right now, because I'm about to blow the lid wide open with an exploration content section. You might have noticed I put up an achievement-style pop-up for getting all of the rewards for that, Chocobo race. That'll be relevant for later. But anyway, I'm gonna try to find Bill, because I think this is an easily overlooked conversation.
Let me guess, y'all are fixing to finally cross the swamplands, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
While I was making a routine inspection of my signage, a group of fellas shambled on by, heading toward the bog. Looked like a funeral procession, what with their black robes.
Black robes?
Yes, indeed. Told them they'd need some chocobos for safe passage, but I ain't even sure they heard me. I expect Midgardsormr will make a meal out of those boys. But if you do catch up to them first, try to convince them to swing by the ranch.
Yeah, our main goal while having fun exploring the world is tracking down the Black Robes and kind of following where they lead, because they seem to be related to Sephiroth. That's honestly it. This game is much more focused on character bonds this time. Not to say that nothing happens, because it most certainly does, but compared to when we were in Midgar, there's a difference. Also, as an added note, at the time I got this video made, streamlined progression should be available for all players, but I'm making this guide with the intention that you're not just going to resort to using it. It's what I would do anyway, since I think the sense of accomplishment is stronger without such tools, even if you're using a guide such as mine. Not to blow my own steam, but, you know. To help out with making exploration quicker, I'm going to show off where all the Chocobo stops, secret caches, and other locations are, so we can have some skip travel points early on as we unlock more with world intel and quests. These are the only spots that aren't already marked on your map and have to be discovered yourself, so might as well show them. Secret caches are special areas that contain a certain amount of chests for some items. Here's a map of all of these locations while I show them off. Chocobo stops. These can be used as rest stops and fast travel points once you find them. Baby Chocobos can lead you straight to them, and repairing the sign gives you a golden plume and opens them up for quick travel. However, since the benches are worn out and uncomfortable, you'll need to use a cushion item so that you can restore your HP and MP. Third time's the charm with explaining this, right? Repairing the signs are actually a bit faster if you're on a Chocobo, so that can save some time. Starting with the secret caches. Ignore the weird giant mushroom here for now. Jade Wind Hill is a secret cache location that has several stuff hidden in boxes and in 3 chests, marked by 3 cozy-looking windmills. Potions, a mixed potion, and an ether are your items. Mixed potions restore 350 HP and 20 NP. Forgotten Treads. This is an abandoned Shinra tank. Must be remnants of a war fought long ago. After all, Shinra grew to power with an unnaturally strong self-built army with their soldier program. There's 1,000 gil and a high potion to find here. Thresher Water Wheel and Grassy Viaduct. These 2 cache locations are right beside each other, the latter accessed by walking along the tall wall. Seems to be an abandoned water wheel structure. A shame, it's a pretty area. There's a Mist Potion and High Potion to find at the water wheel, and an Emerald, 3 potions, and 3 Phoenix Downs at the Viaduct, all on top of the wall. The Mist Potion recovers 350 HP to everybody when used. And the Emerald is, crafting material. Mistvale Reservoir over in the northwest side of the swamp seems to be an old reservoir for something. Perhaps the water tank used for the settlement that used to be around here, judging by the ruined walls all around. The items found here are a high potion, Beastman armband, and an ether. Nice finds! The Beastman armband is a 2-slot armor with 11 defense and 24 magic defense. Before heading west of Kalm back towards Midgar, there is a tiny island over here in the ocean that actually has a hidden materia out there, along with a whole bunch of materials. The materia is another precision defense focus, very helpful.
This road's seen better days.
Much of the Republic's infrastructure has fallen into disrepair after years of neglect.
And you know damn well Shinra ain't about to spend a single gil on shit they don't use.
Is it true the Republic used to run buses between towns?
Yes, though that service ended when the war did.
In other words, we gotta hoof it, cause Shinra's run by tightwads.
Well, I don't mind. It's kind of fun exploring the great outdoors.
You do you.
This wasteland signifies we're near Midgar. We can go here now since the Shinra forces have left. The life has been drained from the land thanks to the Mako-draining superpower that is Shinra's megacity. The music even changes to an instrumental version of Hollow, the last game's credits music. It also was the music that played during Sector 8. Unfortunately, or fortunately, you can't head back to Midgar. Narratively, it makes sense since we need to stay away from there as wanted people. You can unlock a point of interest to quick travel there too, though. The final cache location for now is over here at Mako Pipe Junction. You get some liam, titanium, and grenades from the chests here, at this Mako Pipe diverted to Kalm. It doesn't look too great either, it's got a leak. The grenades are an attack item that have a deceptively large explosive radius and deals 200 damage to anyone in its range. Before I head back to the ranch, far to the west of this area, close to the highway, is an underground port that hides an item master materia. Nice find. This materia increases the efficiency of items used in battle, such as having potions restore more HP than normal. Alright, so this officially begins the World Intel segment of this video. I'll be covering every bit of World Intel, starting with the materia offered for the region. The amount of points you'll get per region are just enough to get all of the materia that Chadley offers. I'll go through the materia and what they do, along with personal recommendations, because this game has tons of World Intel tasks, and you could get burned out on it if you get to get all of it at once when entering a region. So get the materia you want, save the rest for later. So Chadley has one fire and ice materia, a special magic materia that offers both fire and blizzard spells when equipped, and can be leveled up to Aga spells just like normal. This one is highly recommended, and you can already buy it because of those two World Intel, because of those two required World Intel tasks that we had to do. He also has 7 autocast materia, which I already went into last chapter. There's 2 morph materia, which allows you to cast morph on enemies to turn them into items. Morph is a weird ability spell that doesn't work nearly as often as you'd like, unfortunately. It's best used when an enemy is near dead, but it's still not guaranteed. Steal usually gets you similar items anyway. Finally, there's 2 auto-unique ability materia, which, when equipped, has computer allies automatically use their unique ability, such as Cloud's Punisher mode. Those could be good on certain party members. Actually, any of them could work. Finding and assessing new enemies unlocks challenges in Chadley's Combat Simulator, so there's an in-game reason for assessing other than getting enemy info. As you see, a few challenges have opened up, including being able to fight the summon for this area, Titan. You can fight summons immediately in order to be able to use them, but it's a really tough fight, and I don't recommend doing that unless you're very confident. There's a way to make them easier. I won't get into the other challenges yet. My focus now is the combat training missions to explain how the other characters work before we get out onto the field. You get materia for completing them, so this'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The first is just Beginner's Hall with Cloud and Barret. This is just the basics we already know about. Might as well do it to get to an HP up materia. First is attacking and blocking, and using ATB. As well as using the L1 shortcuts.
Keep it together.
Need my help, do you? How'd you like that?
Nothing doing.
Second is locking on, as well as how to switch characters.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Asshole!
And aerial combat. Only some characters can do aerial combat. Others merely have options to deal with aerial enemies. Some better than others. finally is how to put enemies into a pressured state, how to take advantage of the pressured state,
Time to burn that thing. Here we go.
About damn time!
and what to do when an enemy is staggered. All simple stuff.
You ain't getting out. Ain't no limits we can't break. Hell yeah!
Now for Cloud's tutorial. I've already explained what he does, but clearing this gets us a free fire materia. The first is showing his basic attack, and the abilities he starts with, Braver and Triple Slash.
Not bad.
Now for his Operator and Punisher modes, and the advantages of each. Remember that the hold attack in Punisher mode offers a Berserk damage boost if it lands, but it also boosts the damage you take.
Here we go. It's over. Just like that, okay?
Now we're getting to some new stuff. Let's do Barrett's tutorial and get a lightning materia in the process. Barret is a ranged attacker. Holding the attack button has him shoot the enemy from a distance. The abilities Barret starts off with are Steel Skin and Maximum Fury. Steel Skin offers him temporary boosted defense along with not being interrupted easily. And Maximum Fury is a strong attack in which its power and duration changes depending on how many ATB charges you have. After a United Refocus, it makes it even more strong.
Want some more? Kick my ass! Suck it! Hope you don't mind if I leave for home. Ain't got nothing on me!
Second round is about Barret's unique ability. His overcharge gauge increases over time, and when maxed out, pressing the triangle button has him shoot several powerful shots while greatly filling his ATB. You can press triangle at any time to boost the overcharge gauge, but if done right after the end of an attack, will have a significantly reduced animation time. Overall, Barret is a really good option for a defensive tank. I suggest equipping him as such.
Gotta get your ass out of here! Another one in the bag!
Let's learn how to use Tifa and get an ice materia for it. Tifa is a fast attacker who gets up close and personal, and can get out of the way fast. She'd need to since she's fairly fragile. Her starting abilities are Unbridled Strength and Focused Strike. Focused Strike has her leap backwards before striking, and it greatly fills the stagger gauge. If you successfully dodge an attack during it, it will fill her ATB a bit. Unbridled Strength is tied to her unique gimmick, which is her key level. She starts at level 1, and using this boosts her key level by 1, maxing out at level 3. The higher her key level, the longer her attack strings are, and the better she can evade. You can tell what level you're at by the glow on her fists, yellow for level 2 and red for level 3.
You asked for it! Keep it up! See ya! Two, not bad, but not my best.
Pressing triangle has her use a martial arts technique that is dependent of her key level. At level 1, she uses Whirling Uppercut. She also uses it if you hold the attack button. At level 2, she uses Omni Strike and it consumes a key level. At level 3, she uses Rise and Fall as well as consuming a key level. And with this last one, it's showing that those martial arts techniques boost the damage percentage on staggered enemies. Let's try it. Next is Aerith. We'll get a wind materia out of this, and outside of Cloud, she's probably the most improved character from the previous game. She's a mage that specializes in boosting her partners in battle, but can hold her own surprisingly well. Mashing the attack button has her unleash long-ranged magic attacks that can target multiple enemies, and if you hold the button, you'll charge Tempest. This is no longer her unique ability. At full charge, Tempest will hit multiple times, and will also summon a fleeting familiar that is also no longer a separate ability. The familiar increases the potency of Aerith's spells and also attacks whenever she's targeting. Her starting abilities are Soul Drain and Sorcerous Storm. Soul Drain siphons MP from enemies and is more effective against staggered ones, and Sorcerous Storm is a powerful lightning attack that strikes at close range, best used as a get-off-of-me attack.
Off a bit. Go on! That'll do! Glad that's over.
Many of Aerith's abilities cast wards on the field. While I'll get into what they do when the time is applicable, Aerith's new ability takes advantage of a placed ward. Press triangle after placing a ward and, no matter where or how far she is, she'll teleport directly to that ward. This makes an insanely powerful way to dodge enemies or to kite them off of her. Overall, Aerith will prove to be very useful, but she at first has very slow ATB growth. I recommend getting out a fleeting familiar as soon as possible, as its contributions will double her potential ATB growth, and then start placing wards when you can to not only benefit her, but the rest of the party. She also highly benefits with First Strike materia and any other ATB boosting, like accessories or materia.
This one's for you!
And we're safe.
The final character is Red 13. Let's get an MP up materia for learning him. Red 13 is another sort of tank character, but in a different way from Barret. Guard against attacks to build up Red's Vengeance mode gauge, and you can also counterattack after blocking an attack. His starting abilities are Sidewinder and Sentinel Stance. Sidewinder has Red spin wildly into an enemy for a lot of damage. Sentinel Stance boosts his Vengeance mode gauge increase while making him immune or near immune to damage, but cannot move during it until you attack. So what does his Vengeance mode do exactly?
Disappointing. Please. There. Feeding time. Farewell. No wonder we won.
Well, when you have a bit of gauge filled up, press triangle to activate the mode. During this, Red's attacks and even some of his ATB abilities get greatly powered up, along with better dodging speed. During Vengeance mode, pressing triangle has him do Siphon Fang, which siphons HP from the enemies while attacking it. The amount of gauge you build before activation just determines how long you'll stay in the mode. Overall, Red 13 is a strange character to play, but utilizing his playstyle in effective ways can make him pretty powerful. He is very limited in aerial capabilities though.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
The final tutorial is for testing out synergy stuff. We'll get a steadfast block materia for this, which lessens the amount of damage you'll take when blocking. The first round is about synergy skills, which you use when guarding and then pressing any of the available buttons. Synergy skills are free attacks that boost ATB gain for both party members more than regular attacks do. We'll use these skills to attack these aerial enemies.
Come on!
Wicca!
Just like
I'm
that.
in!
We got this!
Cool.
I'm counting on you!
Let's go.
Not good enough!
Flying! Alright!
Copy.
Let's do it! Get ready! Come on! Big fast! Here! Let's go! Watch yourself!
Hang back.
Do it! Gotcha!
Now! Let's go!
Did you see me in action?
The other is synergy abilities. I already sorta went into these, but I probably didn't fully explain that in order to use them, you'll need to build up charges for each character.
You're up. Do it. Ready?
Got you!
Not good enough!
These synergy charges are gained whenever using an ability that has this icon. After using a synergy ability, you'll need more charges than normal if wanting to use the same character. Also, even though they're elaborate attacks like limit breaks, they do not offer invulnerability, so be careful when using them.
Take the lead.
Guess it's my turn! Bring it home!
I got this! There's no
Gotta love it.
Let me out! Keep it up!
Let's go.
Now that we've been introduced to these characters and how they play, let's see what's out there in terms of world intel. I'll just go by them in a sort of montage similar to what I did with the side quests in the previous game, as they're all pretty much pinpointed on the map and don't require much effort to find, at least at this point of the game.
I've observed that world intel collection is stolen.
I'll start with the Remna Wave Towers. They help pinpoint other world intel POIs. Since all you need to do is climb them to scan the area, as well as get any Moogle medals from boxes on or nearby them. I'll mention the basic enemies you'll need to find and assess in this region in order to unlock the combat challenges, and where to find them on the map. This will include the unique enemies tied to world intel, that's next. I will also dive into the weapon abilities for each character outside of Cloud, as we'll need to master them. Barrett's current weapon ability is Focused Shot. This attack is more powerful the more ATB charges you have, and is a great way to increase the stagger gauge. You'll get a proficiency bonus if you manage to stagger an enemy with it. As you can tell, Barrett's abilities seem to greatly benefit from refocus. Tifa's current weapon ability is Dive Kick. It's a quick, powerful attack that is good to use whenever. There's a proficiency bonus by finishing off an enemy with it. Aerith's current weapon ability is Arcane Ward. This highly useful ability casts a flowery ward that, whenever someone stands in it, can automatically cast spells twice with no additional MP usage. You get a proficiency bonus when you actually take advantage of the ward. And finally, Red 13's current weapon ability is Stardust Ray. This absolutely cool-looking and sounding spell requires 2 ATB and deals devastating damage that can erase enemy health bars quite efficiently. It even ends with a damn explosion if you're in Vengeance mode. You get a proficiency bonus for having it strike 2 or more enemies at the same time.
My sensors are picking up some understandable confusion. It's a pleasure to meet you, Cloud. I am your personal monster assessment instrument. But since that's a mouthful, you can call me Fine. Chadley programmed me to assist you by providing detailed analyses of the fiends you encounter. I hope I can be of service to you in the many battles ahead. With that out of the way, I'm picking up unusual fiend activity nearby. To procure the biological data that we require, you'll need to complete specific objectives during combat. But don't worry, because I'll be here to help you succeed. Good luck.
Oh no, Rule 63 Chadley. Anyway, now for enemy intel. There are several unique enemy encounters you'll find throughout the region, which means more stuff to assess. Each encounter has several objectives to complete in order to get a bonus of 5 party EXP. And sometimes it may be easier to just do them one by one. You don't have to do them all in one try. Also, I recommend turning off Mai's information on completed enemy intel so that she won't repeat herself. It's at the bottom of the gameplay options. Anyway, here we go.
Rare Toxirat variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. The pungent odor that these fiends release when threatened is so effective at driving away predators that their population has exploded. This particular variant is extremely dangerous, capable of spitting toxic fluids on its prey before attacking in mass. Such tactics allow them to hunt creatures as large as Elphadunks. Imagine something like that creeping into every corner it can find, and you'll understand why they're considered such a menace. With any luck, the data we collect here will aid us in finding a way to reduce their numbers.
For Venorats, our objectives are pretty simple. Pressure an enemy, stagger an enemy, and prevent yourself from being poisoned. Concerning the last one, they're incredibly susceptible to being interrupted and juggled, so keep an eye on them. If you see them about to attack with poisons, attack back, or prepare to dodge. They're weak to ice and makes it especially easy to stagger them as a result, so utilize that.
Rare Elphadunk variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. The docile disposition of the Elphadunk led to its widespread adoption as a beast of burden. Applications included agriculture, transportation, and even warfare. Variants like these, however, were valued as a source of hides and tusks used for arts and crafts. Unfortunately, they are a notoriously difficult creature to raise in captivity, and were usurped by the now ubiquitous Chocobo. At present, the only remaining wild Elphadunks can be found here, in the Grasslands. Most are aggressive, especially these ones, which is why we must study them thoroughly before they become a threat to both animals and humans.
Enmidunks are stronger and more dangerous variations of the Elphadunks. You'll need to pressure and stagger an enemy, but I recommend doing that when there's one left. Because if you exploit their elemental weakness, they'll go on a rampage that will cause the others to engage in kind. And you'll need to keep them from doing so because of the third objective, which is beating them before the time limit is up.
Rare move variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. The ever-vigilant Moo possesses an incredible memory, meaning that once you've trespassed on his territory, it can and will track you down in order to exact revenge. The Moo have a massive underground network through which they exchange information on food sources and predators. Frankly, it rivals Chadley's own network, so don't you be deceived by their adorably twitchy tails and unassuming demeanor. Further analysis of these crafty creatures will no doubt shed light on their communication methods, and maybe help us to improve ours as well.
Mies are Moo variants that can imbue themselves with ice or fire. Use the opposite element they're imbued with to pressure them, and you'll have to do it for both fire and ice-imbued enemies for one of the objectives. You'll also need to stagger an enemy and finish the battle within the time limit. As Mies hide in the ground, you'll need to pressure and stagger them as quickly as possible before they become an annoyance.
Rare Mandragora variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. It may look like nothing more than a wriggling plant, but don't be fooled. Mandragora roots are capable of functioning as legs, allowing them to actively pursue sunlit locations as they shift throughout the day. In case you didn't know, Chocobos seem to adore feasting on the Fiend's seeds. I can't help but wonder what this variant might taste like. Further research may prove beneficial to any Chocobo raising activities. So for the sake of your feathered friends, mow those Mandragoras down!
Mandrakes here like to fall asleep when they take enough damage, but you'll need to prevent them from doing this for one of the objectives. A good way to do this is to make sure the party focuses on one enemy at a time. They get juggled very easily, which keeps them from ever doing quick nap. While targeting them, make sure to stagger them as well for another objective, which might be easier after pressuring them with their elemental weakness. Finally, defeat them all before the time limit expires.
Rare Levrikon variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. Observe its prodigiously powerful appendages. These impressive legs not only allow it to run down prey in the blink of an eye, but also hurl rocks with tremendous force. And if that doesn't scare you, this variant is capable of spewing a toxin that transforms its quarry into a frog, its favorite snack. Whether this qualifies it as a true gourmet or merely a picky eater is still a matter of contention. Whatever the case may be, further research could help us to understand how its diet sustains its physique. So get in there and give it a good beating, without being KO'd, of course.
Be careful of the toxin that Aggrevrikon spew. If you get turned into a toad, keep your distance and have others cover for you. The objectives are a simple pressure, stagger, and clear within the time limit, but as the name implies, these are pretty aggressive. Attacking from the front is ineffective when they're holding a rock, but be careful for when they eventually throw it, as it can deal a lot of damage. Elemental weakness is fire or ice. Fire I find to be easier to land. Exploit that weakness as much as you can by pressuring and then staggering them.
Rare Grasslands Wolf variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. See the way that its mane stands on end? The electricity coursing through its body and keeping its hair upright is the product of overexposure to Mako. This has also contributed to a significant increase in aggression, agility, and speed. In fact, eyewitnesses report that it is capable of catching prey with lightning quickness. By studying this predator's hunting habits, perhaps we too will be able to develop swifter, more efficient ways of felling fiends. Now hurry and collect our data before that nimble wolf gets the best of you.
Thunderclaws are a dangerous wolf variant that can attack very quickly. You'll need to pressure and stagger them as well as clear the battle within the time limit. So in order to do that, focus on inflicting them with status effects like Bio, that Red 13 already comes equipped with. This should be the last Fiend intel, and the locked combat challenges should now be available. A curious one-and-done thing for each region is finding the Moogle house. If you guess it's the weird giant mushroom, you're correct.
What the?
Welcome to our Moogle Emporium. Though, I'm sorry to say, we aren't open quite yet, and I'm not even sure when we will be. Those Mooglets are refusing to come back, and we can't do business without them, Kupo. Actually, maybe you wouldn't mind helping? The Mooglets are having too much fun to come back on their own, so I want you to round them up. And then we can open up the Emporium, and everyone will be happy, Kupo!
Fine. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks so much, Kupo!
Moogle houses each house a minigame where you have to catch Moogles and bring them back to the center. But be careful not to fall into their traps, because you'll lose your grip on reality and eventually pass out. But after a successful game of tag, you'll be able to peruse the shop and buy things with Moogle medals. The items available in this region are ethers, rubies and emeralds as rare crafting materials, HP up materia earrings, which are an accessory that boosts HP by 30%, and your first instance of manuscripts for Cloud and Tifa. Manuscripts are items that boost the related character's SP by 10. If you need more Moogle medals, you can replay the minigame to get a single medal each time. But I wouldn't recommend it.
Over here!
Hey Cloud, do you notice any sparkling minerals nearby? These are known as guide stones, crystals that direct travelers to shrines to the divine. The stones emit light when they shatter, producing an illuminated path. If ever you're lost, try smashing one. Following the light should lead you to a sanctuary set to honor the tutelary deity of a given region. The shrines contain untold divine knowledge, slumbering within massive crystals. I can use this knowledge to strengthen your summoning materia, so I encourage you to seek out said sanctuaries.
Moving on next to the summon crystals. Finding each one not only weakens the summon in the VR challenge, but also powers up the materia when you get it, allowing your summon to use more abilities and deal more damage. The summon for this area is Titan, and by finding and activating these crystals, your Titan materia will have Mountain Crusher and Boulder Hurl as new abilities. A little bonus is that there's some lore on the origins of each summon, so I'll have Chadley speak on it.
The Grasslands are home to Titan sanctuaries. In the Age of Myths, when Titan rose from his subterranean prison, he created a massive earthquake. Thus did a vast swath of land rise from the sea, becoming the Grasslands. This is positively incredible, Cloud! I can't recall ever seeing a crystal this caliber before. To think the secrets of the divine dwell within. I cannot wait to see what sort of intel our analysis will yield. You'll need to synchronize with the crystal before I can extract data on the deiform entity. I'm counting on you. Analysis complete. I managed to extract the necessary data from the crystal. This should allow me to strengthen your materia. According to local legends, Titan possesses earth-shattering strength. He is capable of crushing whole mountains with his fists. Perhaps we have him to thank for the rolling hills and verdant plains that comprise this region of the planet. The people of the Grasslands once believed that earthquakes would occur if they angered Titan. Kalm's present-day harvest festival most likely originated as a ritual offering of crops meant to appease him. Look at that! You've stumbled upon a Lifespring. Why don't you try scanning it? See what you uncover. Accessing the planet's figurative database should help us learn about the area.
Next, we're finding out some information about the Grasslands. We're finding Lifesprings, which are fonts of the Lifestream that has crystallized and sprouted up from the ground. Scanning these can give us location info as well as background lore. While I show where to find these, I'll read off the info that's given from these. This humble town serves as a transport hub for the Grasslands, hence the distinctive bailey built for the monitoring of commercial and private traffic. During the war with the Republic of Junon, Shinra saw fit to occupy Kalm due to its stout fortifications and strategic value, and it has remained under company control ever since. As it lacks a reactor of its own, Kalm is reliant on Midgar and its pipelines for a steady supply of Mako, which is stored in a large tank for regulated use. This arrangement allows the residents to enjoy both modern conveniences and a healthy environment, a combination that has attracted many new residents of late. 10 years ago, a significant portion of the town was damaged, though Shinra quickly intervened and carried out a comprehensive reconstruction effort. Details regarding the incident and the extent of the destruction are sparse. After a linked segment of the expedition intel has been cleared, a new type of intel will open up, excavation intel. We'll cover this too since it's linked to this.
Cloud, by analyzing the Lifespring data, I was able to locate an old Republic transmuter chip. This chip likely contains an exceptionally rare formula. I recommend searching for it. Treasure hunt begin.
This is over at these ruins, which was presumably a small settlement under attack by Shinra, judging by the ruined tanks nearby. Sniff and dig up special transmuter chips with your Chocobo, which helps add more transmuter chips. Whenever you see a question mark symbol above the Chocobo, hold up on the D-pad to have the Chocobo start sniffing, and then use the right stick to follow where the scent might be leading you towards. And then once you find the dig spot, press down on the D-pad. As for the items you can find dug up here, you can find a transmuter chip for crafting cushions, a chip for enhanced versions of the copper bracer and wood sprite armlet, and a chip for a windmill gear of all things. That last one will actually be useful for a side quest, so this was good to get first.
That's quite the transmuter chip you found. In fact, it was once used in the construction of windmills. Given its rarity, I would not be surprised if someone had need of such technology.
Continuing on our expedition, in stark contrast to the barren, Mako-ravaged outskirts of Midgar, the ecosystem of the Grasslands remains relatively unscathed. Streams flowing from the central mountain range nourish the lush meadows below, which sustain a diverse range of species. Ranchers and farmers also benefit greatly from this bountiful environment. Vast wetlands make up much of the southern region. In days past, boats and chocobo carriages were a common sight, but as most goods are now transported by sea or air, traffic through the wetlands has steadily decreased. Moreover, as an immense, man-eating serpent dubbed Midgardsormr has been sighted in this area of late, few dare to brave the old trails. Even those capable of evading the gargantuan snake may yet fall victim to one of the many inescapable quagmires. With 2 more Lifesprings found, we'll get classified intel of the Quetzalcoatl, a legendary bird. These classified intel beasts are special challenges you'll have to prepare for, so I'll save this for the end of the world intel segment. Let's finish up the expedition. A natural passage through the mountains between Junon and the Grasslands, this mine has long served as a rich source of mithril. The mineral boasts an exquisite shimmer and remarkable strength, and was historically used to fashion the very finest weapons and armor, but it fell out of favor after Shinra developed superior synthetic materials. After the mine was closed, the Republic of Junon converted it into a tunnel for the general public, allowing travel to and from the Grasslands. The glistening mithril deposits drew regular sightseers as well. Following Shinra's triumph over the Republic, however, the tunnel has been effectively abandoned. Various sections have fallen into disrepair, and the depths are host to untold dangers. With all the expedition intel finished, one more excavation site opens up. It's the area up north from the road to Midgar. There's a chocobo stop halfway up, so quick travel there and then take a quick sniff up ahead at the pipeline depository. Lots of junk around here, typical of Shinra. The transmuter chips you can find are one for enhanced versions of the Hunter's Bangle and Bone Bracelet, a chip for Camaraderie Earrings, which increases damage dealt from synergy skills and abilities by 10%, and a chip for high-power wrist guards, Bulletproof Vest Mark II, Magical Earrings, and Talisman of Focus, which are all upgraded versions of the normal accessories. That should be it for our expedition.
Cloud, the Protorelic should be somewhere in your vicinity. It may not be in plain sight, but I trust you'll be able to find it.
Next up, Protorelic info. Chadley's been detecting a weird unknown energy signal, so let's track it down. The first reading is over at this castle overlooking the sea. The Protorelic Parts of the World Intel is a game-long quest that ends up getting quite involved per region. If you want to see them in full, I recommend checking the separate videos for those. But anyway, checking out the energy signal, we find Beck's badasses again. They must have gotten whatever we've detected. You'll have to fight Butch, Burke, and Burt. They're as pathetic as always, and weak to fire. Make sure you've gotten to assess each one of them, though Burke is a priority because of his lower HP, and that this will be the only chance to get him. The next part is over at the pipeline management facility in the wasteland area. It's a stealth section, so you'll have to sneak in past all the other bandits. You're given 3 tries. It's surprisingly a bit tricky. After that is another battle. Butch can be fought again, and there's also a Spearhawk enemy. I recommend assessing the Spearhawk first before Butch, though both enemies are rather easy. The next part of the quest is over at the abandoned Republic factory west of here. There should be a Chocobo stop right next to it, so easy enough to reach. They're gonna hide the Protorelic, but it's pretty easy to see who has it. After which there's yet another battle, but it's generic bandits, even easier than before. But you won't be done here. You'll have to check the area with a Chocobo for a key to their hideout. Just follow the glowing scent trail. With key in hand, the final part is found north of Kalm, actually. There was a locked gate near where we first exited Kalm, which is where we'll use said key. After talking, we'll have actually kind of a challenging fight this time. You'll fight Beck's badasses along with a modded sweeper. I recommend taking down the sweeper as fast as possible, since its flamethrower can hurt a lot. For remaining assesses, I recommend getting Beck first before the sweeper. With an interesting character appearance bestowed to us, the Protorelic quest is concluded for now. Let's move on to upgrading our characters. Starting out, update your equipment with the stuff we found, and update your folios since you should now be at party level 2. Cloud has Static Shock and Wildfire as spell substitutes, though the latter one needs a higher weapon level to be accessible first. The synergy ability Relentless Rush with Tifa, that offers an attack power boost, plus extended stagger time when used on staggered enemies, and the synergy skill Counterfire with Everybody, to unleash a counterattack when an enemy's ranged attack connects. Barret has Gale Impulse and Icy Impulse for elemental attacks and spells, Avalanche 2-step synergy ability with Tifa, that does the same as Cloud's, and Mad Dash as a synergy skill with Cloud or Red, where he dashes forward before smashing the ground. This was Barret's overcharge ability in the previous game when he had a melee weapon equipped. Aerith has Cold Front and Heat Wave for ice and fire spells, United Refocus with Cloud as a synergy ability, and Combat Savior as a synergy skill with Cloud, Barret, and Red to ask them to follow up on attacks temporarily. Tifa has Gale Impulse and Electric Impulse for spell boosting and no MP attacks, United Refocus with Aerith as a synergy ability, and Slip and Slide as a synergy skill with Aerith and Cloud to dodge and deliver a counterattack. Time it right to make it effective. Finally, Red has Snow Flurry and Static Shock for Ice and Lightning, the synergy ability of Savage Assault with Cloud that increases your limit level, and synergy skill Phantom Fang with Cloud or Barret, which works just like Tifa's. Since I'm here, I'll dip into characters' limit breaks. They each have 2 limit breaks and start at level 1 in each battle, so you'll need to use the appropriate synergy abilities to gain access to level 2. Cloud's level 1 is Cross Slash, which is a basic limit. Level 2 is Ascension, which significantly increases the stagger gauge. Barret's level 1 is Fire in the Hole, and level 2 is Catastrophe, which both do the same things as Cloud's. Aerith's level 1 is Healing Wind, which is a party-wide healing move that heals a decent amount. Her level 2 is Planet's Protection, which temporarily nullifies all physical damage to the entire party. Quite an awesome limit. Tifa's level 1 is Somersault, while her level 2 is Dolphin Flurry, which do the same as Clouds and Barrets. Finally, Red's level 1 is Bloodfang, which restores his HP and MP upon every hit, and his level 2 is Howling Moon, which lengthens his Vengeance mode. Now, since the new summon is the first VR challenge we'll be doing eventually, I'll be mentioning the summons that we start with, along with any DLC that is available. Cloud has the Chocobo and Moogle summon equipped, which deals wind damage. Unfortunately, starting summons cannot be powered up, so any new ones will likely outclass them. Red 13 has Ifrit, a great fire magic summon. Finally, Aerith has Shiva, which deals frigid ice damage. Now for DLC and bonuses. You have the Leviathan summon available if you have save data from FF7 Remake. It's a nice water summon, but unfortunately does not count as an element. Next is Ramuh, which is available if you have save data from FF7 Remake's Intermission Story. This is a lightning-based summon god. Equipping these to Tifa and Barret can cover basically all the elements. Next is the Kupo Charm and Survival Set, which are bonus items if you have save data from the Rebirth demo. The Kupo Charm is an accessory that adds a fixed chance of increasing your haul from material gathering, while the Survival Set is a bundle of 5 potions, 3 mist potions, 2 ethers, an elixir, and 5 cushions. Moving on to pre-order bonuses, which should hopefully be freely available by the time I made these videos, we have the Reclaimant Choker accessory, which restores 10% of the user's own HP when defeating an enemy. We have the Orchid Bracelet armor, which is a nice starting armor focusing on magic defense with 3 materia slots. Next is the Midgar Bangle Mark II, which is a single slot armor with pretty decent starting physical defense. The Magic Pot summon offers various benefits such as free Phoenix Downs, cure-all remedies, and cocktails which provide a wide range of debuffs to the enemy. Its ultimate attack is a full heal on the entire party. Moogle Trio is another beneficial summon, which can either provide buffs to the party or debuffs to the enemy, add 2 synergy pips to any party member while casting regen, and increase stagger percentage. The ultimate attack is just a strong non-elemental attack. Now for the last 2 that were obtained through other means. The Shinra Bangle Mark II was obtained by donating to the Butterfinger Extra Life campaign in November of 2023, and offers very similar stats to the Midgar Bangle Mark II. Finally, the Posh Chocobo summon, which was gotten during a DoorDash promotion with Popeye's Chicken, or in Asia came with a physical copy pre-order. This Chocobo can do various elemental attacks, a stagger percentage increasing command, a spell boost command that boosts the spell of the next autocast, and an ultimate that is just a powerful non-elemental attack. That should do it for all the DLC. Now we can finally move on to the Quetzalcoatl.
I'm certain Chadley will be over the moon!
It's over here in a remote part of the Wastelands. Just get to its lair and hold triangle to activate the battle. The Quetzalcoatl's weakness is ice, and you must exploit it as much as possible to pressure it. It uses a lot of electric attacks as well as a powerful attack when transitioning from ground to the air and vice versa, so keep cautious and a fair distance from it. A team with Aerith and Barret are probably good in this case. Tifa could work if you were consistently able to keep her in the air through that one synergy skill. Defeating this enemy gives a Quetzalcoatl Talon, which you'll need for a few things. It can be rematched to get more, but you can also get them through stealing and morphing to save time. I recommend having at least 2 out of this battle alone.
Shield them from harm!
With all world intel done, there's now one thing left before VR challenges. The side quests. Let's go ahead and get those done. Well, first up, we've got business at the ranch. There's a chest behind the main building that has an Aureate Pinion, an accessory that boosts speed by 10. That might be good on Tifa. Inside the building, there's a chest above that contains a Moogle medal, and a purple chest below containing a new weapon, Timeless Rod. We could have gotten this on our first visit, but I wanted to give y'all a fair chance to familiarize yourself with everybody's starting weapons and master their abilities. Timeless Rod is for Aerith and focuses on boosting magic attack. The weapon ability is Chrono Aegis, which raises a mobile barrier surrounding Aerith that inflicts enemies with stop and some damage, in order to prevent enemies from ganging up on you. It's extremely helpful. Now to start the quests. Flowers from the Hill is Chloe's request. She wants some flowers for a flower crown for her brother. The best place is over at the Wildflower Plateau, which is actually just slightly a bit more north from the Pipeline Depository in the Wastelands. Once getting there, though, you'll be ambushed by a bunch of Mandragoras. After taking them out, you're free to pick flowers. Now, a thing about side quests is that some of them have different completion requirements depending on choices made or how well you did. This is one of those instances. Chloe gives you a doodle of the flower crown that she wants, and while picking any flowers will do, making sure to only pick the flowers shown on the doodle, which is red, white, and yellow, will perfectly execute the quest, meaning you'll get more affinity with the party member involved. In this case, it's Aerith. Quest completed with a manuscript for Aerith, and perfectly executed quests will have a gold medal when viewing them in the map screen. Oh, and don't forget to trade in some plumes for Chocobo gear. And you also gotta customize. You can even change the colors. Next is at Oliver's farm, the quest Livestock's Bane. The partner for this quest will be Red 13. Completion will yield some party EXP and an owl bracer. You'll need to use a Chocobo to track down the Fiend that's been killing the guy's livestock, and tracking the scent will lead you to a small beach where the White Terror's hideout is. Time to take it down, but be careful. It's surprisingly dangerous, with using explosive magic by building up energy over time. To keep it from building energy, constantly deal damage and block any attacks it throws at you. If its energy is depleted, it'll become pressured, so take advantage of it. Once the beast is taken care of, return to the farm to finish the quest. The Owl Bracer is a 2-slot linked armor with 15 defense and 15 magic defense. The only support materia that can take advantage of this armor is autocast at the moment, but it's still a good option for armor. At this point, you can head back into Kalm. It's safe now. And because of that, there's some new quests there as well. If you want to pinpoint any, there's a discovery marker at the notice board. There's 3, and the first one we're tackling is Lifeline in Peril from the town's mayor. This is a quest with Barrett, and the reward is simply some Gil and party EXP. He says that he enlisted a supposed hotshot merc to help with Mako pipeline maintenance, but hasn't heard back from them. Heading over to the Mako pipeline in the wastes, you'll find... it's Kyrie. Great. She's pretending to be a merc but has no experience. At least she has a cool theme, she's got that going for her. You're listening to it right now. This is another quest that has a full completion requirement. Just check the note she gives you and aim for the Great condition, which is 3 slabs of rusted metal and 5 corroded nails. You should get them by investigating all the spots instead of aiming for the bare minimum. Once you give her the parts, follow her to the spot while fighting off any enemies in the way, including the unique Fiend Noxicap. Just use fire on that, and you might want to have a abundance of antidotes, or cleansing materia. The quest will be done and gone before you know it, as well as Kyrie herself. Just talk to the mayor to finish it. Next is a rare card lost from the Rusty Arrow bartender Vash. Tifa will be your partner for this one. He lost his Chocobo and Moogle Queen's Blood card and wants to see if he can get it back. If we can get it back for him. Agree to help him, and as a way to make sure you can do it, we'll challenge you to a round. He's easy. He just focuses more on choking you out by gaining ground quickly. Counter it and use stronger cards than he does. He points you to the guy who took his card, Virgil. He's over by the clock tower. Play around with him. He tries to win by boosting the power of his cards. You'll need to do something similar. Unfortunately, Virgil sold it to a card collector outside of town. You probably saw the place. It's a locked shack not too far from town. And I also pointed it out earlier before. And you guessed it. The card collector won't give it up without beating him in a match. Before doing so, check the cards he has for sale. He has a Titan card and a Fat Chocobo card. I'll show what they do. As for the opponent himself, he has a low amount of cards in his deck, but uses them to try to play around a lot of what you have. Thankfully, he's still not that hard to beat. Just play patiently, build up your pawns before advancing, and use high-power cards like the Titan you just got to secure lanes. With the card in your hands, return it to Vash and he'll decide to let you keep it. It's an interesting card that has low cost and low power, but raises the power of every enhanced allied card by 1, so this will end up stacking the more enhanced cards you have.
Local insurgents are believed to have played a role in their escape. The company will...
The last quest at this place for now is back at the inn, where the wind blows. It's made available after doing Livestock's Bane. Red 13 will help you out with this one, and you'll get a Whistlewind scarf for your troubles. It's an accessory that slightly fills ATB at the start of battle. Quite handy until you get a first strike materia, which will actually be pretty soon. The quest giver is Broden, and he's not particularly looking so good. He says that he'd help a friend of his fix a windmill, but he's unable to due to his condition. His symptoms are headaches, dizziness, and hearing voices? Oh, that's not good. He was a Shinra grunt years ago who defected because they destroyed his town of Kalm. Not the one we're in now, it was rebuilt by Shinra at the exact same place. If you're curious about the details, this is a plot point that came up in Before Crisis. And according to his friend Mildred, he underwent a super secret experiment with them. Might have an idea of what's wrong with him. Anyway, head over to Mildred over at the old settlement just north of Oliver's farm to find out she'll need a windmill gear, which is why we did that excavation stuff in World Intel. With the transmuter chip for it already in our possession, we'll need 2 iron ore, a Leah titanium, 5 beast bones, and a Quetzalcoatl talon. Oh, and at least craftsmanship level 4, which you should have if you've been crafting new stuff regularly. With it crafted and given to her, grab the cleansing materia that drops from the windmill and return to Broden to finish the quest. That cleansing materia offers the spells Poisona, which cures poison, Isuna, which cures all ailments, and Resist, which prevents status ailments. Too bad that won't work on Broden.
You can't let them win.
Over by the entrance to Kalm is a cameraman named Snaps. He loves taking scenic photos and wants to see if you have the same eye. He'll point to a scenic spot just northeast of the Chocobo Ranch, so head over to the marker to find a camera post. These utilize the game's photo mode, which can be accessed at any time by pressing square on the pause menu. All you need to do is open photo mode to finish the task, but see if you can go the extra mile by actually taking a truly breathtaking snapshot. Experiment with filters and frames, and maybe even a little bit of angle or zoom. Whether you actually did or not, return to Snaps to become an official photographer. What does that do? The more photos you take for Snaps, the more filters and frames you unlock to mess around with in photo mode.
The faster you'll climb that ladder.
Side quests for the chapter are all done. The very last part of the side content that can be done are the VR challenges. Let's get into them. I didn't mention it before, but Chadley's combat simulator restricts item usage, so you'll have to make sure you're decently equipped for the fights and rely on the AHP and MP restores in between each round. The first thing we're tackling is fighting Titan to get the summon for it. I've mentioned how summons work in the game, but as for the fight itself, Titan strikes hard and fast. Exploit its elemental weakness of wind and make sure to block or evade its attacks in order to pressure it. It'll also try to protect itself with a barrier. Get rid of it by targeting its back and causing damage there. As with all summons, you'll need to defeat it before it unleashes its ultimate attack, which could potentially wipe your party if you don't keep your health up. There's also an attack it does where it sticks its left fist into the ground. Target that left fist before it does a targeted attack that can practically knock out that party member. I fought it at its weakest since I got all the summon crystals first, but you can also refight the summon at any of the 4 levels of strength if you fancy a challenge. I'll have a video showing all summon fights at full might eventually, so look out for that one. Next is Horror on the Range. This was unlocked by defeating the Venorats and Enmidunks from the Fiend intel, and you'll get a first strike materia for beating it, which boosts your starting ATB. It's 3 rounds of enemies, first round being Toxirats and Elphadunks, second round being Orcs, third round being the aforementioned Venorats and Enmidunks. Kind of a tough third round, but as long as you pressure and stagger the Enmidunks quickly, it should be fine. So something with fire element is recommended. Also recommend having a cleansing materia on hand to cure the poison and toxic, so it won't be much of a problem. Next is Plains Stalkers. Defeat Mandrakes and Thunderclaws from the Fiend intel to unlock this. You'll get a Vitality Up materia which can boost your defense. First round is a Grasslands Wolf and 2 Mandragoras. Second round is Velociraptors. And third round is against 2 Mandrakes and a Thunderclaw. If you have poison materia on somebody, the major threat will already be taken care of, which is the Thunderclaw. Next is Natural Order, unlocked by defeating Mies and Aggrevrikons from the Fiend intel. Provoke materia is your reward for beating this, which allows the wearer to direct enemy aggro to them when someone in the party is in danger, but this does not work on boss encounters. This is good for a tank role like Barret or maybe Red 13. The first round is 2 Moos and a Levrikon. The second round is a Screamer and 2 Twin Brains. And the third round is an Aggrevrikon and 2 Mies. Take care of the Aggrevrikon first, it's the dangerous one here. Having access to ice and fire would be great here too. As you might notice, some of the rounds in these challenges are basically a chance to assess some enemies you might have missed from the first chapter. Next is Region Intel Level 1. Unlocks by battling at least 5 different enemies in the Grasslands, and gives you a 2-star healing materia upon clearing. The first round is against Insectoid Chimeras. Second round is against Cuvildons. Third round is against Velociraptors. Fourth round is against Orcs. And final round is against Grassland Wolves. All incredibly easy fights. Now here's an interesting one. Know thine enemy. You will be fighting against Velociraptors and only them, and you have to clear without getting incapacitated. Should be easy enough, but on clear you'll get the enemy skill materia with the Sonic Boom skill. Enemy skill materia is kind of a Blue Mage materia, where you get to use various skills from enemies, and unlike the previous game and the original FF7, enemy skills are only obtained through special VR challenges like these, rather than getting hit by them in regular battle. Which I'm kinda mixed on, but I guess it doesn't really matter. The Sonic Boom skill is a kind of spell that deals wind damage, while simultaneously granting yourself the buffs Bravery and Faith, which boost your attack and magic attack. A lot of enemy skills are insanely useful in this game, so I suggest keeping the materia on someone. The final challenge is unlocked by increasing the enemy skill materia's level by 2 stars and having 16 enemies in the Grasslands assessed. This includes the unique variants from Fiend intel, as well as some that appear in odd jobs. The materia only requires 50 AP for the first level up, so it'll unlock in no time. And it might be beneficial to get the enemy skill materia first, before tackling the other challenges. You'll get another enemy skill for clearing this, Plasma Discharge, but you'll need to defeat the enemy within the time limit. What is the enemy? It's a Quetzalcoatl. It's no different from the time you fought it in the Wastes, though maybe a little bit softer. But you should be good, just have to fight it faster. Plasma Discharge is a crazy good enemy skill that imbues you with an aura that makes you explode with lightning whenever you fill an ATB gauge. It doesn't harm you, it's only a good thing. And that is it for the side content of the Grasslands currently. It's a hefty amount for sure, and my throat is hurting. But I don't blame you if you don't do it all at once. If you skipped to this point in the video, I do recommend doing some of the side content, such as some of the VR challenges and the green odd job side quests. And in terms of Chadley's materia, the Fire and Ice one is a must, and I highly recommend the enemy skill materia and its 2 skills you can get. But for that one, you'll need to do all the special Fiend intel, the odd jobs Livestock's Bane and Lifeline in Peril, and some of the Lifespring intel so you can access Quetzalcoatl for the required assesses. Other than that, pick and choose whatever else sounds interesting to you. If you went and did the painstaking task of doing every single bit of side content before moving on, you should be past level 20 for everybody, with party level at 3.
What'll it be?
That means more folio stuff has been unlocked. I'll go ahead and go over that real quick, since before heading off into the swamp, I recommend equipping yourself decently. With party level 3, we have a few more nodes available. For Cloud, we have Melee Blade as a synergy skill. This is similar to the one with Sephiroth. Team up with Tifa and hold R1 to gather strength, and then release to deliver a powerful physical strike. And if you team up with Aerith, you can do a powerful magical strike. There's also Formidable Counter, which can boost the power of Punisher Mode's counter. For Tifa, she gets the Bodyguard synergy skill. Pair with either Barret or Red 13 and they'll defend her while she can do her own thing. And there's also max MP up to increase her MP by 3. For Barret, we now have access to the Friendly Fire synergy skill, where he can pair her with either Tifa or Aerith to deliver a ranged scatter shot attack, kinda like a shotgun blast. He also gets United Refocus synergy ability with Cloud, so he no longer has to be stuck with Red in order to get his 3 ATB bars. For Aerith, there's Spellbound Blast, a synergy skill with Tifa. Similar to Cloud's charge move, initiate it to gain some MP from Tifa and hold the button to charge, then release to unleash a devastating magic attack. She also gets M-Def up, which increases her magic defense by 35. That's actually a pretty decent stat boost. Last but not least, Red 13 gains access to Iron Defense, a synergy skill paired with either Tifa or Aerith to mitigate damage taken more than normal. He also gets max MP up, which increases max MP by 3. When filling in these nodes, make sure you also got the manuscripts from the Moogle house, since there's a chance you couldn't get them all when I first covered it. More SP to work with that way. Don't worry about Barret and Red lagging behind in SP, they don't get their first manuscripts just yet. For item crafting, I'll go over the items, armors, and accessories you can craft up to this point thanks to the chips from doing World Intel. You should have been keeping up with it yourself, but if you haven't, making sure you have the best armors and accessories at the moment is paramount. For items, we can craft potions, mixed potions, mist potions, Phoenix Drafts, which are a slightly less potent version of a Phoenix Down, antidotes, smelling salts, which wakes a party member up from sleep status, echo mists, which cure silence, and cushions. For armors, we can craft a Copper Bracer, which is a 2-slot armor with 11 defense and magic defense, and a Wood Sprite Armlet, which is a 2-slot linked armor with 8 defense and magic defense. We can also enhance some armors as well. The Enhanced Copper Bracer boosts its defense values to 14. The Enhanced Hunter's Bangle boosts its defense values to 22 defense and 11 magic defense, while the Enhanced Bone Bracelet boosts its values to 11 defense and 22 magic defense. And finally, the Enhanced Wood Sprite Armlet boosts its values to 11 defense and magic defense. For accessories, we've got Power Wrist Guards, Bulletproof Vest, Earrings, Talismans, Camaraderie Earrings, and Revival Earrings. Those can also be enhanced. High Power Wrist Guards and Bulletproof Vest Mark II have an added effect of increasing max HP by 250, while the Magical Earrings and Talisman of Focus have the added effect of increasing max MP by 3. That is everything that can currently be crafted right now. The others I skipped over either require materials that cannot be obtained in the Grasslands, or are locked behind a higher craftsmanship level that cannot be reached right now. In terms of materia, I recommend a team with Barret and Aerith, having easy access to ice materia across the party, giving Aerith Steadfast Block, and Barret some HP up or Vitality up. Cleansing materia might be a decent idea, but if you don't have enough materia slots, you can stock up on antidotes. You can set materia for the entire party in one screen by pressing the map button while in the equipment setup for a character. After equipping everybody and sorting out folios, it's time to venture out into the swamp. We're heading towards the southern passage since approaching from the north side leads us to a dead end.
Over there. It's Sephiroth.
What?
Come on.
Cloud sees Sephiroth when the others don't. Well, not like that was new. Those robed men seem to be tied to Sephiroth, considering he appears wherever they are, so we've got to follow them. There's a weapon chest along the way, too. Might as well grab what's inside.
Seriously. So, take the lead.
Alright! Watch and learn! So now! Check out this ship ain't pouring it all! Now that's something else!
Okay, what do we got here? A high-caliber rifle. This is for Burt, obviously. It's a weapon that focuses mostly on high physical attack power and has skills that benefit overcharge. It also has magic boosting skills, but I don't recommend them considering the low magic stat. Just focus on optimizing its physical damage capabilities. Its weapon ability is Bonus Round, which has Burt load 20 bullets that each increase the enemy's stagger gauge. Incredibly helpful if you just can't seem to get that pressured state. Go ahead and equip this one. We need weapon abilities mastered after all.
I don't see Sephiroth. Do you?
No, I don't.
Just have to head down here where the black robe is pointing.
Is that dry land I see?
Let's go.
Oh, easy there.
What the?
Hey, get back here right now!
It disguised itself as an island.
Gee, I hadn't noticed.
Focus.
Well, we weren't able to escape the giant serpent's grasp. We're fighting the Midgardsormr. It executes quick moves but telegraphs them well, so you'll need to watch its movements to know what it's going to do next. Watch out for Devour. It'll try to dive into the water and then jump out while attempting to swallow a party member whole. If that happens, said party member will be removed from battle for a while until it spits them back out, either over time or if you deal enough damage to it to make it regurgitate. It can also use poisonous attacks that can also inflict slow and deprotect. Slow does what you might imagine. It slows ATB charge rate, while deprotect lowers your defense by 10% temporarily. You have a cleansing materia if you did all the odd jobs, but you might not be able to remove deprotect, so the best thing you can do is just cure poison if it happens. Head to solid ground if it spits out poison into the water so you don't get caught in that. If the snake uses coil to put itself in a defensive state, it may very well reveal its weak point at its head. Target that and try to break it in order to pressure it. It's gotten madder, so now it's gonna be generating heat from its body and start using fire attacks. Get the heck away from Scorching Breath, as it can deal damage fast. Taking cover from behind trees can actually help. Start placing an arcane ward and using ice spells to start taking him down, especially if you have access to a synergy ability that temporarily grants unlimited MP. If you need assistance, Shiva as a summon can help a lot.
Keep your guard up!
There's that Devour attack. Have to get Cloud out of there. And successful. Okay, cool.
Building up to something.
Buckle up, bonus! You'll see. That's it! Gotta go for it now. Gotta dig deep for this one.
On it.
I beg of you, shield them from harm.
Planet's protection. The Midgardsormr won't be able to do much with this up. Hell hath risen. He engulfed the entire field in fire and has a permanent bravery buff. The fire won't affect you, but he can absorb it to use beta, which you saw in that cutscene. It is a devastating fire beam that causes an explosion. At this stage in the fight, you might have to use your limits you've been building up.
Wakey, wakey. You remember who I am?
Aerith.
It's good to have you back, Cloud.
Sephiroth? I knew he was strong, but still. Those guys are looking for him too. They've got to be.
Yeah, I kinda get that feeling as well.
Let's not lose him.
What in the world just happened? How did Cloud get recovered from the bottomless swamp? Well, regardless, looks like the robes are heading into Mithril Mine, which is our next destination. But before we do that, there's just a couple other things I want to tell you about. If you follow the swamp further west here, you'll come to the other side of that dead end that I mentioned, which is over at the northern side of the swamp. This side of the dead end is actually the last secret cache of this region, called the Marshy Mire. The two chests here contain a ruby and a high ether, which restores 50 MP. That would be the last of everything, but there's just one more thing I kept until we had free access to the entire region. Having your Chocobo sniff around for items isn't just at those World Intel excavation spots. It's all over the region. Whenever you're riding a Chocobo, you may occasionally get a question mark pop-up. Stopping to sniff around will reveal a dig spot for a valuable item. There's plenty of these in each region, and they're all fixed locations, so I figured I'd show a map with these spots pinpointed. Use this as reference in case there's materials or other items you want. Like, in particular, there's one dig spot near the Chocobo farm that has a Play Arts rest spot, a collector's item model. Picking this up is fairly significant for later. With the grasslands scraped clean on my part, I think it's time to move on. We'll be tackling the Mithril Mines next time. There's no clear transition point to the next chapter, so I'll just end this off right here at the mine entrance. Stay safe, happy, and healthy, and I'll see you guys next time.